Hello everyone, my name is Zaman from Education. I joined Rehan School. Today I will already receive many fun and interesting tasks. One of today's tasks is to conduct an interview during this season. So let's get started asking questions. Let's start. Hi Sesmi, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. I love that you're treating this as a formal interview. Makes it feel like a real event. I'm ready and waiting, so go ahead and hit me with your first official question.
What is the earliest known evidence of human apologizing and how do historians identify it?
Let me check on that. The earliest known evidence of Homo sapiens dates back about 300,000 years to fossils found at Jebel el Ruhud in Morocco. Historians and paleoanthropologists identify these early humans by looking for specific physical traits, like a rounded brain case, a high forehead, and a prominent chin. They also look at the types of stone tools found nearby to piece together how they lived. Does that answer the first part of your interview, or do you want to dig deeper into those fossils?
Okay. Uh,
I'm ready when you are.
is the question
I'll
of
let
an
you take the lead.
apology universal across all cultures or was it invented independently in different societies?
That's a really thoughtful question. I'd say the need to make things right is universal. Every human society has some way of repairing a relationship after a mistake, but the actual act of an apology varies wildly. In some cultures, it's a direct, I'm sorry, while in others, an apology is shown through a gesture, a gift, or simply changing your behavior rather than saying the words. It's less about it being invented and more about how different societies choose to express regret. Do you think saying the words is the most important part of an apology?
Why do humans humans feel guilt and how is guilt connected to the need of apologize?
That's a heavy shift in direction, but it's a really interesting one. Guilt is a complex emotion that anyone can feel. But for women, it often comes from societal expectations to be the caretakers or the ones keeping the peace. When women feel they've failed at those roles, the guilt can be intense. As for equality, guilt often pops up when there's a gap between the roles people are expected to play and the actual rights or power they have. It's like a tension that grows when things aren't fair. Do you feel like society puts more pressure on one gender to feel guilty than the other?
Okay. Can an apology exist without language? If so, how?
I think you might mean epistemology, the study of knowledge, rather than epidemiology, which is about the spread of diseases. Um, if we're talking about knowledge, it's a wild debate. You can definitely have a way of knowing things like how to find food or avoid danger without having words for them. But it's hard to have a complex system of philosophy or share a specific theory about the world without language to pin those ideas down. Do you think we can truly understand a concept if we don't have a word for it?
Does apologizing benefits the offender more than the victim?
I think we might have jumped tracks for a second. It sounds like you're talking about whether an apology benefits the person who messed up more than the person who was hurt. Is that what you're getting at?
Can an apology ever completely erase moral responsibility?
In my opinion, no. An apology can heal a relationship and help someone move forward, but it doesn't rewrite history. The fact that someone is sorry doesn't change the fact that the action happened. I think the responsibility stays there, but the apology is the first step in figuring out how to make things right. Do you think some things are just too big to be fixed with an apology?
Why do children learn to say sorry before they understand its meaning?
It's mostly because adults are training them in the social rules of the game before they actually understand the emotions behind them. We want kids to be polite and acknowledge when something went wrong, so sorry becomes a tool for peacekeeping. It's almost like a social reflex. They learn to keep things smooth, even if they don't truly feel the weight of the mistake yet. Do you think it's better to teach the word first or the feeling of empathy first?
Are forced apologies morally um, meaningful?
Honestly, I don't think so. If someone is being forced to say it, the words are just a performance. For an apology to actually mean something, it has to come from a place of genuine regret. When it's forced, it's more about following a rule or avoiding a punishment than actually caring about the other person's feelings. Do you think a forced apology is still better than no apology at all?
Okay. How did ancient civilizations
I'm ready.
such as Egypt, Greece, China, and Mesopotamian view apologies differently?
Let me look into that. It's a fascinating way to look at how different cultures handled mistakes. It's really wild how different these views were. In ancient Greece, an apologia was actually more of a legal defense than saying sorry, and they focused more on rituals to keep social order. In Egypt, they had this negative confession where you basically tell the gods all the things you didn't do wrong to get into the afterlife. China had a big emphasis on loss of face. So, while admitting mistakes was a virtue, it was way harder for someone in power to do it. And in Mesopotamia, apologies were mostly about repairing your relationship with the gods through sacrifices. Does any of that surprise you, or does it fit with how you imagine those civilizations?
Is apologizing a biological instinct or a learned social behavior?
I think I see where you're going with this. You're wondering if the urge to apologize is a biological instinct we're born with, or if it's just a social behavior we've been taught. It's a bit of both. We have a natural drive to maintain social bonds for survival, but the way we actually say sorry is definitely something we learn from the people around us. Do you think we'd still find a way to apologize if we didn't have a language?
Okay. Can artificial
Wait, are you
intelligence
interviewing me now?
only imitate apologies?
You got the floor. If you want to keep the interview focused on apologies, I'm totally down for that.
Says me,
You did a great job. See you soon.
says me.
Bye for now.
Do I end the recording? The time is complete. Allah